Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another night of LCUS action. We are here for another set of scrimmages, another set of gym class feeders, whatever you want to call it. We are here for that tonight. So not that much on the line, just letting us kick back, show off what's coming up, and the biggest thing that's going to happen is if you screw up, a couple of jerks will make fun of you to an audience. My name is Kenos, and joining me for the jerk teasing will be Token and Mix Link. Token, how you doing?
Pretty good so far.
All right, fantastic. And Mixlink, how you doing?
Doing good. Looking forward to watching some good old LCUS action.
Absolutely. We're gonna pop over here and take a look at the teams as they're setting up in the lobby. A lot of different faces this time. A lot of people who were casting judgmental comments in the chat last week. Gregosaurus, Slackosaurus, people, Queen Lizabeth, I saw in the chat as well. So, Token, let's start with you. What players are you keeping an eye out for as we go into our first game?
Uh, I think I've played against all of them, either in the LCUS or in the or in the scrims so far. So I don't really know who to look out for. Mostly be looking out, or I'll be more interested to see how they draft on the fly to start, and then I'll probably be watching each one of them. Mostly whoever's jungling, uh, probably be keeping a keen eye on, and also whoever is supporting as well.
Well, assuming they gave us the correct information, it's going to be Queen Lizabeth and Slackosaurus jungling, with
All right,
Tenebris and Icy Flip supporting. Assuming they gave.
Icy Flip. All right, then I'll keep an eye on those two.
All right, and Mixlink, what are your thoughts? Who are you looking at today?
Yeah, I'm looking at Pointy Ball, Gregosaurus, Queen Elizabeth Jungle is surprising to me. Looking at her match history, she's played a lot of AD carry, a lot of support recently. I do see the Volibear jungle in there, so that'll be interesting. So I'm kind of curious what she's going to pick out. On the other side, definitely Prowler. He's one to look out for. But a couple of these other guys I haven't heard of, so it'll be interesting to see if they're able to muster up something to go against these guys.
Well, we've got at least one person in the chat writing copy pasta about General Wally, so we've got somebody with a fan in the audience at least. Um, And yeah, people in the chat, if you're there, shout out. I've got the player names up here. Who are you looking forward to seeing? Some people, I think, in slightly off roles from their normal stuff. Obviously, Prowler in the top lane is something we've seen constantly. Um, Looks like we're going to be starting in about a minute. Um, and obviously, last week the games were somewhat one-sided. We have a second person saying General Wally is really good, so I guess all the pressure is currently on General Wally to perform. Going to be on
I,
Cowbell for this game one.
I'm hoping that these are not just team crush games. Like there's actual, like subsistent, good gameplay until one team gets crushed by a bad team fight. But I'm not. I actually think watching a team get like 0-28 is quite boring because you can't really see much out of it. So let's hope for close games and then one unfortunate team fight that throws Baron or something like that.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. And Mix, I'm assuming you also prefer close games, but when it comes to what part of the game you like to see those swings, do you prefer kind of like early bursty action or more conservative until mid game?
Yeah, I'm more of a flame kind of cheese type of guy. I like the bush ganks in the beginning, seeing what kind of spiciness can happen. I know Prowler, when I've played with him, he loves to do that type of thing, or at least in the games I've played with him, he does. So that'll be interesting. I want to see if any of the sides try any spicy early action. I know in the scrim we played last Sunday, there was, I believe, one game, an early gank, or early bush gank. Both teams walked in, ended up in disaster for our side. I think we lost three. We might have got two kills, maybe one, but yeah, that'll be interesting to see. I always like that early action.
All right, well, hopefully we'll get some early action soon here. Most of the players are saying they are ready, so we will be all set in just a moment here. and on our way. Got some comments in chat about how there's Wally will be trying to play Caitlyn.
I will be surprised if Caitlyn and or Morgana gets through. I think the first 2 bans will always be the OP pick bans, so you should see Caitlyn being banned immediately, Morgana following from either the other team. Most likely because getting Morgana first pick is actually really strong. There it is.
Right.
Yeah, there's a Kalen ban.
Right away.
And then what we'll see most likely here is after that, we'll probably see them pick on like really niche OP picks. So top lane, Mordekaiser could be one, and other stuff like that. So I will not be surprised if Morgana gets banned here. Or, just focus Lux. Lux is a good one as well.
I mean, Morgana and Caitlyn both got through on Sunday. So it's possible that one of these times.
Yeah, and that lane lost, which was surprising.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was a proponent of like, why can you not freeze? Please freeze. So I believe these are all. I think they're all doing bans that are niche to whoever they're playing against now, since I think everyone knows who their opponents are. So.
Or they're looking up all the deets they can on op.gg.
Yeah, all the deets that they can.
How fast can you type, right?
Right.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. No jungle bans at all. Just seems to be kind of mid support. Leaving the Morgana open, obviously. Don't need to ban it with the Kate ban. Still kind of oppressive in the bot lane, though. Kind of curious to see what these final bans are going to be.
I wonder if the Morgana gets picked up, the other supporting player is more than happy to play something like Zyra or stuff like that, where it is not conventionally a good pick or a counter pick to Morgana per se, but the presence you have as with those kinds of picks is humongous.
Well, I'm more than happy to see Ahri get banned. Uh-oh, they banned the Jax mid.
They banned the Jax. Oh, there's no Jax mid, guys. Darn.
Put that up in the same tally as the Taric jungle.
Praise me. I'm so happy that I can guess the first pick is always Morgana if it's up.
Well,
200 IQ right there.
She is an
So,
LCUS.
in this case, what I should expect is, because they ban Lux, which is typically the opposite opposing pick to pick into Morgana, they probably should pick up something like a caster bot lane. So, okay, Azrael is one of them, and then they probably will pick up a caster support as well. So I think Karma was banned. Sorry, not Karma's banned. Karma's been nerfed. So, what would be good? Thresh is fine. Oh wow. Okay, pick the Karma.
Shout out to Burn the Heretic saying Soraka or Karma.
Yeah.
And the insta-lock Ashe coming back. I don't know. Looking at these two bot lanes, I would favor personally the Ezreal Karma. I think that
I actually favor the Ashe Morgana.
You do?
The Karma got nerfed pretty hard. I
That's
think
true.
a patch or two ago. I can't remember because I don't follow it as much. The thing with Ashe Morgana is that their poke is still really strong, and though Ezreal Karma is poke is as strong as Ashe Morgana, it is dependent on the Karma R. So if Karma mantras too early and misses Q, then it's a feels bad moment, and you're just like, well, we can't poke for about 10 to 15 seconds or so. If you do hit that Karma Q early on, it does offset that Morgana Ashe resilience.
That is true. Karma, I believe it was a nerf to her mana on Q. It was pretty significant early levels, if I remember right. So, good call there. Jungle picks locked in. Now getting in the second round of bans. Mundo, we saw that on Sunday. Was pretty good in the top lane.
So Volibear is most likely going jungle because I think Queen Eliza is most comfortable on Volibear jungle.
Yep.
It also is the easiest to play around.
Let's just be a mid Volibear. Let's just go crazy.
Just go mid Volibear. Dude, if someone goes mid Sion, I'd be happy. So we have LeBlanc. I think it's going to be a mid and another mid ban here, just because it's like you don't want to really ban too many top lanes, because then you give Cowbell. It's Cowbell, right? Yeah, it's Cowbell. The first pick on the only couple of other good top laners left. So.
Come back stronger.
There's the Gangplank. So I feel like they want to pick up Shen here. Something tells me they want to pick up Shen.
Well, I'd be very happy about that. More durability and CC, the better.
Yeah. It's just they're banning a lot of champions that Shen doesn't do that well into.
Mordekaiser, interesting.
Oh, it's Prowler top lane, right? So he probably is playing Mordekaiser top.
I
So
would
they're
assume top, be flex mid though.
Yeah, mid will probably be the last pick here. Sets top lane into Mordekaiser or mid. Set mid has always been a thing. Last pick. What would the last pick be? Oh wait, we obviously know what the last pick will be. They need AP. So I feel like for them it would be like, oh, I don't even know what the good mid picks are. Oh, Soraka mid. Oh no, that's Morgana mid. Soraka bot. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
Morgana mid.
that is interesting. Would be even more interesting if it was Soraka mid, by the way. Soraka mid is annoying as hell. If it played correctly, you cannot kill it, and it just scales much better.
Well, since they're out of order, anything's possible.
Please don't be Huni. Don't play Lucian top. Please don't.
I would
Please
actually
don't.
might be Lucian mid,
No, it's Corki mid. Thank God.
Corki mid, and I would favor that into Morgana personally. I think Corki
Yeah,
has
I think-
easy escape from the Q, nice poke too, and shorter cooldowns than Morgana. So I think Corki has an easier time to pushing and shoving.
Yep. The Corki also doesn't have to deal too much with the Q. He's got his W to get away, in a sense.
Who wins that mana trade, though?
I think the Corki does, because the Corki auto attacks harder than the Morgana, right? The Morgana has to hit the QW in order to do maximum amount of damage. So if you miss the Q, you're sad as Morgana, because the Corki just immediately W's in, presses Q, hits E, and then just follows you all the way back to tower, and you're typically chucked to about half to or to a quarter. If it is the other way around, then the Morgana wins. So it is a little bit of a skill matchup for the mid lane here. But in my opinion, it's favored to be on Corki, because Corki has to do a lot less than the Morgana.
Fair enough. All right, so Mixed Link, what matchup are you going to be looking at most, assuming our predictions about who's in what lane are correct?
I think mid, as we touched on, is very interesting. I'm looking for jungle influence there, especially wave management. Both of these mid laners can push real easily. So, are you going to push, roam? You're going to freeze, set up that gank. That's going to be interesting. Top lane, I think the advantage goes to to Mordekaiser just by a hair. So that'll be interesting. Bot lane, we got our shields, we got our heals, so could be a snooze fest, could be interesting. But yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting all the way around.
Okay.
because it's Ashe, Soraka, Karma, Ezreal, I think it is going to be a snoozathon. So I'm going to be looking elsewhere till about like 10 minutes in, and I'm going to go back down bot and go like, oh hey, look, there's a bot lane down here.
Well, won't that come mostly in hand with how the junglers behave? Because if the junglers
I
want
feel
to...
like mid lane priority is a thing.
Okay.
Because Corki roams are really strong. So whoever ganks the mid lane first probably will win the priority for the bot lane gank after that. So if you're Cowbell, you probably do a full blue side clear and then try to gank after that. If you're Volley Bear, you probably will do red, full blue into Scuttle, and then maybe gank top or mid. So
Well, we'll have to see. So with these lineups, Token, we'll start with you. Who do you think's going to win this first game?
from pure team fight standards, it should be Brew City Brawlers. A lot more resilience on their team. They do have both the engage and disengage. While when you look at Cowbell, there's only one way, and that's sort of in. And if they do miss the all-in, Karma E does help a bit, but you're sort of stuck getting your way out. Corki and Ezra are able to dash their ways out, but if you accidentally dash your way in, you're sort of stuck in that sort of area where you might just get caught randomly. While on the other side, you got a Morgana and a Soraka. You have to literally forget how to press buttons to get caught.
And how about you, Mixlink? Mix, you there?
Yes, sorry. I would also say the Morgana Soraka team definitely has the advantage, especially I feel like early to mid game. But you look at the other side, I think Corki scales real well. Mordekaiser certainly scales real well. That ult late game is just annoying. If you can get that on some key members such as Soraka, take her out of the fight, that'll be interesting as well. But looking at it on paper, I would favor the Morgana Volibear lineup.
We have some people in chat saying that they think Cowbell has better disengage with Karma R, Sedge R.
I would say they have better poke than better disengage. If you use the E or the Corky W or the as E's too early, you end up losing a lot of damage in, say, a fight that gets hardened or a fight that sort of randomly springs up. You sort of notice, if you do watch these sort of scrim games, a lot of fights will just randomly spring out of nowhere. So, yes, you could say, in theory, that the Ezreal E and the Corky W are great to disengage, but a lot of the times you're not really wanting to use it unless you absolutely have to, because when they do use it too early, just look at some of the games where other Ezreals were played, it just ends up with them dying a lot of the time, or them just never being in the fight at the right time.
Okay, now the real question. Who won the skin game? Who has the best skin?
I like Brew City. I think they line up a lot better.
Yeah, they got all the faces looking right at you, so they're looking right at your soul. Meanwhile, on the other side, everyone else just looks to be like posing.
I'm also not a huge fan of Darkstar Mordekaiser, but that's just personal preference.
They were kind of going with that dark feel. They had the Dark Rider Sejuani,
Mm-hmm.
Somewhat of a synergy, but we'll give him an A for effort. Yeah. All right, starting her out, kind of like I said, interesting to see if we'll get that cheese early, or if it'll just be that standard kind of wait and hold position. Looks like we might have the ladder.
It'll most likely be a 5-point. Both teams are strong in the early game, so it really depends on who gets stacked first, but it also is a bit of a coin flip. And Prowler is scouted out by the Morgana here. Or should be, there you go, is now.
Look like there could be a possibility of catching somebody if they're dumb enough to check that southern bush.
A little pixel bush over there. We got Mord in the top pixel, Karma and Sejuani in the bottom pixel, but everyone's just sort of staring at each other. Oh, never mind.
Got a little poke there.
Yeah,
Prowler's like, nah, I don't like looking at you. I want to give you a whack with the mace.
It's caught with the Q, the ignite,
and unfortunate.
Yeah, really strange choice just to walk right into that bush.
Might have, a little overconfident there.
It never had to happen. You didn't have to do that. You were fine. There was 10 seconds to go. I know J-Dog does it all the time, but you can calm it down, guys. You don't have to invade every early game.
Yeah, so that'll give the jungle a bit of an advantage there. Certainly will help him out.
Yeah, so I'm surprised the Volibear did take the last hit there. In my opinion, you just give that to either Set or Morgana. So, again, it's like Prowler never did flash, so there was that thing for that. But if he goes back, he has to use TP. So, tit for tat. Small little things there, in my opinion, as a jungler.
Well, Mord did also walk back, so he didn't seem that concerned about how far behind he was.
Well, his lane's gonna get shoved in, which is nice. So if he freezes the lane, the Set really doesn't get much of the advantage from the assist he has, and Prowler doesn't really have to deal with the fact that he is down, I think, half a level now.
Both
yes,
supports,
he is down half a level.
Both supports in the bot lane taking a lot of damage. So we'll see how that plays out once the junglers start getting online.
So we got the Sejuani with the full blue side clear. I do want to see the Sejuani gank mid, just to try to get this Corpy going a little bit more.
And she did get level 3 here, although Volley just got to level 3, so... Curious to see where he's going. Looks like he's roaming top. I don't know if there's a gank here, though.
Yeah.
I wonder if he should probably do the golems here. Just do golems. You don't have to ever forsake engage here, so long as you're denying Sejuani that early gold, you're fine. And because your farming is so much better, you will always win the fight early against Sejuani.
You know, Slakosaurus is actually a little bit of trouble up against red. Very low health.
Oh, and Set's in a fight against
yeah, top lane. Cuts
There's
the
a flash used by Prowler, by the way.
shield comes out.
It's like
Sejuani, though, might be coming back for the counter gank. Set did ward this bush, though.
Oh, that worked. Only worked because the Sejuani. That only worked because the set stepped forward. As Andy, he probably should have just backed there because there's no reason for Prowler to stay. Actually, so that is basically him just flagging a bait.
Yeah, I think he felt comfortable with that ward, but now we got the TP going back in.
TPing back again.
Flash.
Volibear? Volibear? Nope, Volibear can't do anything.
Volibear was going back for the Scuttle Crab, so it looked like a little bit of miscommunication there because Set wanted, he wanted to go back in. He was gung-ho.
We do have a deep ward by the Morgana. Bot lane is bot lane still. How's it going down there? You're just poking each other out. Great. Ooh, that is interesting. Icy actually going not the spell speeds, but instead going Relic Shield. Huh.
That is interesting. I noticed Ezreal has the call, so he's predicting this bot lane's gonna go like we predict this bot lane's gonna go.
And Prowler overstaying to dying as well. Oof. Yep, Prowler dying because he overstayed by accident. That's unfortunate.
Do have Sejuani moving down into the bot area to get that crab. Gank is more than likely not there.
Yeah, but back to top lane, I think Prowler still has the advantage. Somewhat, I mean, he is down CS, down a kill, but he does have TP. So if there is a fight on the map, he does have that advantage.
Bot lane with Sejuani going in. Nothing really happens out of that. There was Ignite used by IC on top of, I think that was Soraka.
Is that too greedy?
Wally.
Had to use the heal.
Oh, these are so
Soraka's in a bit of trouble. Ooh, Sejuani gets the kill, but the tower shot.
I think he gets out. Yep.
50
And
HP.
that was close.
Oh, these fights are so forced, man. That Soraka taking exhaust really did save Pointy there. Like, really saved his skin. But at the same time, it also did almost bait Dam into a death again. Volibear coming down at the right time. Actually, in this case, not really, because Soraka did die in the end. But the Sejuani backing out a little too early instead of just sort of holding it to help Wally, so he didn't have to use heal there. Top lane, I really want to see a ward by a Prowler and then him freeze the wave because he's down on CS. Oh, he's not really down on CS, but now that his you can sort of see that his team just needs to play a little bit more slowly. He should just freeze the wave and just be content with that for now. Sejuani having 2 kills is pretty good. Mid lane, I really want to see a little bit more with the mid lane. Just because you don't want to give the Morgana a free lane anyway. The Morgana's just been content in farming and haven't had to deal with anything at this time.
It is funny that the kills are both on the junglers.
It actually is 2-0.
Nice little bounty there. One of them gets caught out.
Infernal Soul is up, so I am curious to see who positions faster first, or who is more willing to do a level 5 take with their champion. I think Volibear is the most likely candidate for that. Considering they do have a lot of vision, he should just do it, even though there is a pink right in there.
Well, I mean, Volibear was trying to do it before Corgi caught up with her, so we'll see if she'll try that again once she feels like the heat's off. Ward did just expire. It looks like Chaos is going to either gank bot or reestablish that ward, or both.
There now.
Yeah, considering the amount of death we've seen within the first, like, what, 5 or so minutes. Oh, we have a fight topside. Set first.
Topside.
Oh. Set being set, but Mordekaiser being Mordekaiser, who's gonna win? And it's the Set guys.
Oh,
Wow.
Megasaurus here to finish it off, though.
Yep. Welcome to the slam.
Very nice.
Let's come out and jam.
Yeah, very good timing of the ult. I actually thought Mordekaiser was going to win that. He had the haunting guys, you know, was whittling him down there. Set W shield was already used, but good job.
TP but Mord to come back out.
And here we go, bot lane. Ash. Ooh, one more auto I thought would have done Karma.
Yeah, Ash wasted her arrow on the Ezreal. Didn't get much done with it. Might have been able to get the karma if she saved it.
Now, they could technically tower dive this if they played this properly. Having the Ashe tank a couple hits with the Soraka using as heals, and then you have the Soraka take a hit after that, could net them the karma kill here.
Ooh.
Which could have happened if the Soraka stayed in for one more hit, and then you just get the Pointy walking up and hitting Soraka because of the slow from the W. Unfortunately, I think Karma gets out here, and these two will bait themselves into a Sejuani. Pointy just saying, alright, I'm probably dead here, so he's just gonna go in, because he's got no flash, no heal. Oh, he did have flash up, he just used it again. Oh, interesting. I thought his heal wasn't up. Oh, okay, whatever. In this case, Pointy, why did you heal? You were already dead as it was.
Agreed, and it looks like they might get Drake out of it as well.
He really should.
Coming down to contest.
There we go.
Those Morgana. We could have a fight here.
It is going to most likely be a fight. It is a 4v2, 2v4 on the side of Brew City Brawlers. Brew City Brawlers should probably want to go for this. Can you get the steal? Oh, that was really close. Blackosaurus did not have smite there for that, so oof, that would have been real bad if the Morgana, if the Tormented Shadows took that.
Yeah. Very close there. Volibear wanted to go in. He knew he shouldn't. He was smart.
In this case, Volibear should have probably went in, considering the Sejuani didn't have smite. I think she smited Pointy earlier, and that should have been called out. Once that's called out, the Volibear just gets a free walk in, smite Baron. Baron. We're not that close. Smack the dragon for free and then walk out, or in this case just flash over the wall. Your life for Infernal Drake is actually pretty big early on.
Oh.
In my opinion.
Minion saves Tenny's life there. Karma going in for the shot, but the minion was in front of her.
But even with that Drake picked up by the red team there, you look at the gold difference, not that much. Bot lane's been able to get a couple plates taken down. Top Set has a pretty significant CS lead now over Mordekaiser, so they're still able to stick with it and hang around, kind of be that annoying flag. Here we go, though.
Again. Oh, and dead. And Pointy Ball is going to get out.
Got the TP by Set. Gonna try to get something. This little aggressive.
This might work though. Set with the ulti, a little. Oh, it's gonna get his ADC killed though, so that's gonna be a 3-for-1 overall. Oh, 3. Okay, never mind. 3-for-2. Karma gifting over the kill over. Can't walk out.
Yeah, Set was tunnel visioning a little bit there. Definitely cost him.
So one thing to note is actually hilariously, and or not so hilariously, depending if you're a mid laner main or not, is that mid lane has not been in any team fights at all. You haven't really done much, except for Gregosaurus Rex helping or attempting to try to steal the Infernal Drake there. But considering these two are playing vastly influential champions for solo lanes, they really haven't done anything per se.
Yeah, I was hearing you guys talk about those vaunted Corgi roams, but I'm not seeing them yet.
Yeah, especially with Morgana here, because Morgana, like, imagine a Morgana roam bot lane, because this bot lane from Wally and Icy have been playing quite aggressively and haven't really been punished for it. especially since Pointy Ball and Tenebrious have been sort of, or I don't know if that was the correct way of saying it, but the Ashe and Soraka have been playing also quite aggressively as well. You can also match that aggressiveness with just a simple roam and getting a double kill in return for that.
Well, Karma's the one roaming currently, helping out Slackosaurus.
Coming up for this Rift Herald, to which is sort of not that great. Would have liked to seen it taken earlier because you would have gotten turret plating. You're not going to get any turret plating out of this. Sejuani, help the Mordekaiser. The reinforcements are here. Here comes the Sejuani against the set. The set is just now sad. Oh, and on the bottom
coming in on the backside with Morgana.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's got to back out. Ashe arrow, a little wide.
By the way, thanks chat for telling me how to say her name. Oh, that's a good catch actually, and that's a dead Mordekaiser. Really bad angle to walk. Why do you walk that way with Morgana? Especially how big her Qs are. Those Qs are thick.
I was very surprised that Lizabear went in like that when she did. She was at almost no health. She probably could have gotten away. But instead just kind of ran at the Mordekaiser and died.
Yeah, you can sort of see team fights, or as these scrims go, these team fights are quite sporadic. So people are going in sort of on a whim of not really knowing how to judge the fight. As it was, you can sort of see with the top side fight, Set dying in the bot side. Oh, we might just be able to kill the Karma. Oh, unfortunately unable to kill the Karma, and then they still like sort of all in on that, sort of trying to get that trade in the end instead of just sort of taking their losses from here on in. And then you sort of see overconfidence leading to overextensions, and then Mordekaiser randomly dying because he goes too close to the turret because they forgot there's Morgana in the game. And now this Morgana's up 2-0.
Yeah, and Ping's going down on the Drake now. Trying to clear that vision out.
Yes. So one thing I am really critical on is that this mid lane on Brew City Brawlers should have a lot more influence in the Dragons as well. You do have a Morgana, and this Morgana should really be doing work in the sense of zoning CCs. Oh, and we do have a fight with the Tribush. We have Mordekaiser going in, yeah. Sejuani coming in, Sejuani flashing
Corky
forward.
Over the wall.
Yeah, Corky flashing over that wall. Oh, and then we have another team fight. Set's on that side. Oh, Set's sad again because that was a pretty clutch way of using the Blast Clone. But unfortunately, that kills their Cowbell's jungler. And they're still going in. Calm down. Go away. Leave it as it is. You stopped them from doing the dragon. You're all good, guys. You don't need to force this. Just let them back. Yeah. And then go do dragon.
Set's getting a little aggressive here.
Oh, Set. Oh, but Set gets a really good ulti there. Slams it down for 3. Call him Michael Jordan. He got a triple right there. Ayo.
Yeah, I'm a little behind the times. I actually started watching The Last Dance last night, and you know, Set, he's dunking better than MJ. Looking like it. But anywho, yeah. Brew City did a great job of absorbing that pressure right behind the Dragon Pit, especially with that Corky flashing in over the wall, just ulting the whole team with those big shots. Really good job of protecting the carries, Volibear, and then turning that fight around. Set with a great job pushing the advantage, and they were able to turn it, pick up the Drake.
One thing I am noticing is both teams tunnel so hard, and you don't have to. Funny enough, the way the fight was going, that dragon should have been Cowbell's, because they got chunked really hard with a triple when 3 of them walked into, I think it was a Karma Q, and almost into the Mordekaiser grasp. And then you sort of saw Cowbell panic when Dragon started, and then all in randomly, instead of just going, okay, it's still a 4v5 on their position, they should just leave it alone. So, a little bit of tunneling, as the classic tunneling as we always see, with both teams just trying to go all in at randomness of times.
Sejuani wants that Rift Herald. It's been sitting on the map for a little bit now. I was curious if any of the junglers were going to take that. She can certainly do it solo. Looking at the excuse me, looking at CS difference, I just wanted to comment. Mordekaiser doing a pretty decent job of catching up. I mean, he's only a wave or so behind now. Better than that 20
I'm gonna
CS
just say this right now. Please don't fight for the Rift Herald.
Nice Ash arrow on the Sejuani. She still gets out though.
So did they get the Rift Herald? No, they did not. Oh no, they did. Prowler did get the Rift Herald. So Cowbell was able to get the Rift Herald and then died for it, with 2 of them dying. Again, why did you have to fight it? Rift Herald, as much as it is only going to crack maybe a turret and a half. It's not worth losing 2 over, especially since now Bruce City Brawlers should just crack this mid open naturally. As a jungle main, I actually do have an affinity to not doing the Rift after like 18 or so minutes. Maybe early in that 17 minutes or so. I typically try to get it before 14 because then you can get plates, which gets you extra gold. But anytime after plates are gone, you typically Rift Herald's value actually goes down by quite a lot.
Yeah,
Fight
good job.
with the top lane. Goes to Sejuani again. Sejuani missing the dash.
Set with the shield W. Karma, nice shield speed up out of there. Ash ult.
Found the Mordekaiser there. Oh, look, gotta love these fights. It's just so sporadic right now. And then the set's trying to still go for the Sejuani. Man, this is sometimes wish you can just type into all chat. Hey guys, you guys know you can slow down, right? You guys don't have to keep ramping the gear to 50.
Well, I don't mind Cowbell trying to ramp it up a little bit. They've been behind. This is a good tempo play for them.
Yeah, they're down 2k. They're gonna get this turret. I think they're gonna get 2 because the way Bruce City did play this last couple of minutes out, sort of going playing. They fought school was back in session after COVID has ended, and they're like, man, we gotta go single file down this line. Here comes the Morgana with a very good ultimate, but it's not gonna be enough, unfortunately. But Solo's out Prowler anyway.
I don't know about Solo, there was also Volibear and the Soraka getting credit on there.
Yeah.
And it's kind of crazy how those 2 little fights that we had there really opened up this map. I mean, you look at it now, we got just the base turret left mid lane, wide open, and you know really allows Cowbell to kind of dictate the pace of the game, push these side lanes out maybe.
So real quick, I want to talk about itemization. As a jungler, going Warmongers first on any tank is actually very bad. Don't build that first item because you don't actually get the unique passive from Warmogs until you build like another item or so. Queen Eliza with the Warmogs I think is sitting at, I don't know how much health, 2.8. So it's actually just better to go for, I think, Volibear here, just go Randuin's, not Randuin's Omen, the plate, Deadman's plate first, and then go Warmogs after.
Agreed. Yep.
There's a fight going on, or in this case, just poke damage going on. That was massive poke onto both the carries. I don't like this positioning, though, from either team. They're, like, half deciding whether they want to go in or not, and that's sort of what happens, because here comes Wally. Wally's almost dead. Wally is dead? No, he's not. But that baits up Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser just goes in and gets killed because he thought his team was going to back him up. And unfortunately, that also gets the Karma killed as well. And that's True Dragon for a 2-4-0. But we do have a sneaky Sejuani. She is doing her best Rammus impersonation. She's going to go over the wall. Oh, that was a little too early. That's a little too early.
That's about my attempt on stealing Baron right there. But no, really good job by Bruce City there. Looking at their comp though more exclusively now, and I didn't even realize it earlier. Look at the backline potential they have to engage. They have Volibear, they have Set. They're just able to run over what little front line Cowbell has and just to get onto these carries. Ezreal, Corki, they don't have a chance in team fights.
Yeah, Cowbell's team fights is very predominantly communication based. You're gonna have to really communicate with your Mordekaiser to take out a carry, and then your Sejuani to hit the other carry. you're not really seeing it as much because it's very sporadic team fights. So he's wanting to do her own thing, and then the Mordekaiser wanting to help out the team sort of goes in, but everyone else is disengaging at the same time. So Mordekaiser getting very much the blunt end of the stick here. At the same time, Wally, you really should have died in that fight. You got real lucky there. That team fight in the dragon almost costed Cowbell a dragon, if not for the fact I think it was a Crucibles, and all the heals and shields he got after that as well.
It's Bruce City.
Bruce City, or is it
Because
Cowbell for
red team.
Yeah, Cowbell. Yeah. Yeah, Wally's on Cowbell.
The Morgana is interesting because we were talking about how mid wasn't really involved in the early game, and now she's 4 and 7. Or 4 0 and 7. Yeah. Oh, getting a good stun here.
Oh, and there's another team fight again. Oh, never mind. Got E'd. Feels bad. Greg pressed Black Shield and made Prowler sad. Oof. That's a feels bad moment when you use your ultimate on a Morgana, but the Morgana goes, ha ha ha, no.
That, speechless there.
Yeah, he almost did die because of the set, but the set damage should have been enough. He did get a shield while he was being set ulted as well. And because of that fact, it did translate into Karma dying in that fight in the end. Just to go off a chat thing, saying volley skills off E. Oh, with this fight going on, with everybody missing. Also, oh, and that's a dead Soraka.
Oh, Soraka.
Please kill the Soraka. No, get that Soraka. Well, that was a very good engage by Set, but unfortunately, that worked out in the end.
Right, but you look at this again. You know, Set might go in, he might die, but he takes these carries for Cowbell so low they can't do anything.
Yeah, it takes them for so much damage.
And when you have Volibear to protect your carries to peel, you know, their comp is just looking right now the superior comp. And I think Cowbell has to rethink their strategy. Ooh, Ash. Ooh, a little too greedy there.
Ash, very greedy there.
That might. Oh, Greg is too
Tormenting Shadows really living up to his name by tormenting the bush and killing the Ezreal. So you almost saw like what was a glimpse of a very, very good team fight out of Cowbell, and then you sort of watch the problem of their team fighting prowess sort of show up, because half their team wants to poke, half their team wants to all in, and half their team, or a majority of their team, also can disengage, quote unquote, as well. So a lot of their front line is getting stuck while the other carries are disengaging, and therefore it's losing a lot of damage as well. The set going in was very, very clutch though. It's just chunking out all of those carries, so the carries who literally couldn't do anything to help even steal Baron after that.
I'd really like to see Cowbell kind of, I don't know, give up on the team fighting, so to speak. Maybe use the split push strategy. I mean, you got Corki, Mordekaiser, kind of decent at split pushing as well. Although if he can't defeat Set,
he's fighting Set. He's not doing that badly, but he's going to die here again.
Yeah, it's been a rough game for Prowler.
And then we have Corki in the mid lane trying to solo out this this Ashe, and does. Morgana just missing the Q, but Morgana now gets caught between three. Now, but we got a bear to back him up, but the Sejuani still wants to go all in. She's like, nah, no, that's okay. We're still going all in. Morgana is. Oh! No one saw that. No one saw that Sejuani ulti. Okay, meanwhile, in the other fight, we have a Set fighting the Ezreal, really chunking him down.
Soraka might die here. Ooh,
Soraka does die.
And Morgana's still alive.
And Morgana's still alive. Morgana running them around the bushes. I'm gonna say that at this point,
really wants this.
Yeah, Sejuani really does want it.
They go back. They reset. But Bruce City's gonna get this Drake. That's gonna be their third. Mountain Drake's actually gonna be pretty nice for them. I mean, usually Mountain Drake, you know, kind of trash, but with Volibear, with Set, that's gonna be nice. That shield.
We got the ooh, that was
Morgana,
a very nice one
beautiful.
getting the karma there. Nice little downtown shot from there, but Morgana is not gonna die here. Nope, I don't believe it. And off she goes. Morgana's your tank, your assassin, your mid lane, your support, and your carry. Greg
does it
truly
all.
put out the name of why he hates Morgana in a nutshell. He's carrying as hard as he possibly can, but he's showing why everybody hates this champion.
Yeah, look at that KDA 5015. Hasn't died. 177 CS. Yeah.
Alright, really quick on builds though. Morgana should be going Leandri's, not Oblivion Orb. You don't have much healing on the side of it. You're not cutting healing with shields anyway, so Leandri's is just 10 times. Oh, shut up. I am LS 2.0, but I am on board of the Leandri salesman team. Oblivion Orb not very useful against. It may be useful against Prowler, and that's about it. But very typically, Morgana shouldn't be soloing, and Karma gets caught.
Yeah, Greg is just too strong at this point. What do you think about a death cap for Greg?
I think a death cap would be good for fight him. As for Cowbell getting back in this game, they just have to slow down. They can't 1v1 anymore because Mordekaiser's really far behind. And they just have to play for objectives, or in this case a pick. Which I know is the strong suit of Bruce City Brawlers, but at this point you really don't have much of a choice, as they try to go for the pick on the Soraka, do chunk her out pretty hard, but Soraka just presses heal button and everybody is sad from that fight. But that's okay, because now we got both the carries for Bruce Cowbell here, and they get out.
And with the Soraka healing set, practically up to half health, or full health again.
Sejuani missing ultimate still has been very crucial in a few of these fights. Like, I understand when you miss a few.
Mordekaiser in the backside.
Oh, the Mordekaiser in the backline, yeah. But who did he ulti? I think he ultied the bear, right? Yeah, I think he did. Oh, he didn't ult. Yeah. Their wave clear on Cowbell is very decent at the moment. So they're not too worried about being sieged down. I don't think they're gonna lose an inhib turret unless they absolutely screw this up.
Right. They got the double 80 carry, you know, comp going.
Oh, and there's the TP from behind. We got a Mordekaiser incoming in. Here he comes from the backline. He's going shoot.
He's zooming.
He's picking up. He goes after the Volibear first for some reason. I don't agree with that because, but that's all right. He does get the pull onto the Soraka, but he's still very low, still almost dying. Doesn't die yet, but and the set does the same thing. He's doing the Mordekaiser cosplay coming right from behind, but that's okay. He does more damage and just haymakers 3 of them.
Yeah, who's the better diver of the backline? Definitely Set.
Yeah, that was
that
was a last-minute play. I feel like they knew they were gonna lose, so might as well all in it. So this should be game end and match. Set, and match here. No pun intended. It was barely a bad pun. You can say, I know, I'm pretty good at those. You can say it was karma. Alright, I'll get out of here now!
I'm hanging up the call. We got LS on the cast, we got Freak on the cast. Who else you guys want? LCUS, we're back, baby.
Very nice damage graph here for the set. Got set, got Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser was probably just involved in so many fights, that's why he had all that damage.
Yeah, Mordekaiser being in a lot of those team fights and dying slowly, like, there's nothing. If you take the KDA as it is, it looks really bad on the Mordekaiser, but at the same time, the Mordekaiser was trying to really take in those fights. Biggest problem you did see though was those initial few ganks, or sorry, team fights that you saw where Sejuani misses an ultimate on the Morgana, to Sejuani misses a ultimate on, and accidentally hits the set instead. So you sort of saw what happens when those team fights that are so close, just a few things don't go in the way of one team and it just slides over to the other. Because up until the Dragon Point, or the third Dragon, it was quite close, both in gold and sort of in temple from both teams.
We had a request for the healing graph. Soraka with 27,000 healing.
Holy bananas.
Yeah, holy bananas. Greg, how does it feel to play the thing that you hate the most? playing that Morgana and disgustingly carrying it.
All right. Well, we're going to need to take a quick break. Back for game 2, where I'm guessing the teams are going to get shuffled up a little bit here. Don't go away. Be right back.